Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to be taking a look at Cetus protocol. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should always do your own research before investing money into crypto. Taking a look at the CoinMarketCap page, the market cap is sitting slightly below $100 million, and this is after the big exploit that they had with their smart contract. And if we go to their Twitter page, in my opinion, they've handled this pretty well. I don't think there are any unturned stones, but if you know something that you think should be known on a wider scale, let us know down below in the comments. But from these updates, they've essentially put out a proposition to the hacker to return the funds and get a reward for finding the exploit, and they also put out a $5 million bounty for any relevant information that results in the successful identification and arrest of the hacker or hackers. So essentially, if you could identify who the hacker is, Cetus would pay you, or the Cetus Foundation would pay you $5 million. And then they put out a vote on what to do with the funds. If you keep scrolling here is the vote. So validators representing 90.9% of the stake have said yes in the on-chain community vote. With this result, the impacted funds will be moved to a multi-signature wallet and held in trust until they can be returned to users according to the plan led by Cetus. And they're thanking everyone who participated. So pretty much everyone voted in favor, obviously. So I think they handled this pretty well, and I don't know what else they could have done. The good thing about this is that we didn't see a massive rug pull and a massive crash. Yes, it was a slight correction, right? It's a bit painful, down from 24 cents all the way to 11 cents, more than a 50% correction. However, if everything can recover from here and the funds can be returned to the affected users, I think there's a really good chance for this to continue going up. Like I said, the market cap is very low. This is a DeFi protocol on Sui, and once DeFi starts picking up, I think Sui is going to be attracting a lot of people as the kind of third big layer one behind Solana and BNB, or rather behind Solana and Ethereum. And it's already listed on Binance, OKX, BitGet. We even have Gate. We don't have Coinbase, and we don't have Kraken. So those, and we don't have Bybit. So those are the few exchanges that could potentially help us see a pump. And here is the vesting schedule. Right now we're sitting at 72.5% circulating supply out of the 1 billion. That's the maximum and the total supply. So we still have a few years before this entire vesting schedule is concluded, but there shouldn't be a lot of token unlocks. So it's very brief unlocks, and it's not going to be affecting the price that much. Of course, any inflation would be affecting the price. However, in these small portions, with hopefully growing demand across the DeFi space, Cetus should have no problem getting to $1 billion market cap, and I think this shouldn't be like the vesting schedule shouldn't affect the price action that much, as long as there is demand that is outweighing the potential selling. If we switch over to the weekly chart here, I'm going to try to keep this as brief as possible. Right now, what happened is we bounced off of this resistance trend line. Okay, so we have a trend line above us and a trend line below us, and we're kind of in the middle of things. So we could potentially go down there and have a move all the way. I don't have the proper indicate or the proper tool here, but you could have a bounce from the support, another move to the upside into the resistance, another rejection, so on and so forth, until you get to the apex, where you're either going to be forced to have a breakout or you will have a breakdown from the pattern. Of course, all of us want to see a break to the upside. The project is relatively new. As you can see, it has been trading since June 2023 for around 2 years. And for the most part, it has seen an uptrend. So we have a low over here, higher low, higher low. We have a high, higher high. So this is really good. If the next low can be somewhere here, let's say in the middle of July, we land on 10 cents or so, that's going to be another higher low. From there, we can start moving to the upside. Okay. Now this high here has got me a little bit worried, right? Because you're potentially looking at a head and shoulders pattern here, right? You're looking at a head and shoulders pattern. And if you lose the neckline, essentially, if you lose the teal trend line here, right there, then that could potentially be a signal, right? That could be a looking glass telling us we're about to see a deeper correction for Cetus, potentially taking us back down to these bear market bottom prices from August last year. But that's all doom and gloom at the moment. We're still within the realms of this massive pattern, and we are below the 20 EMA, which is negative, right? With this pump here, this was a really good move above the 20 EMA, but unfortunately, it seems that we're going to see a bearish cross between the 20 and the 55 EMA. And if you take a look at the Fibonacci here, you can see how this played out very well. If you take a look at this target, the 1.618, that was our technical target at 44 cents. What we did is we took a Fibonacci from that bottom to that top, and we had a nice move to the upside, and that played out perfectly. Let me just try to remove that. And this is why we use the Fibonacci retracement, because it can really help you identify some crucial resistance levels. And if you were following this fib, you took some profits at, let's say, 33 to 40 cents, you could have bought back in much lower, right? We're talking 9 cents, 8 cents, 10 cents, 11 cents, even 15 cents. That would have been a really good entry point. So right now we're sitting at 13.5 cents and we're correcting down, but we want to change this fib now, and we want to set up a brand new Fibonacci. And what we do in this one is we take the local top from December, we take the bottom here from July 2024, and we take a look at our Fibonacci retracement levels, where or how low we can actually go. And what ended up happening here is we bounced off the 0.786 at 0.0765 cents, and this fib level held us very nicely. From there we had a move to the upside, and right now we're crashing back down into the golden ratio, and this is of course the block between the 0.5 and the 0.618. So that area there is hopefully where we are going to consolidate for a bit and have a move to the upside. That is our hope. We do not want to be losing the teal support trend line here. That's going to be very important for us to hold. And of course, we don't know what the future holds for Cetus. We'll see. But I have good expectations from the project. I think this is definitely a $1 billion project. That's a 10x from the current prices, and that would put us at roughly $1.30. And if we apply a Fibonacci from the current local bottom to the current local top, that's approximately the 1.618 here. So $1.33. So that's roughly a 10x from where we are. Yeah, almost a 10x. So that's going to be it for this video. I don't want to drag it on for too long. Like I said, we're already almost at 10 minutes. The RSI is still pretty low. The stochastic has topped out here and we're moving back down again. So once we're literally in the oversold again, that's going to be your buy indicator on the stochastic. But in my opinion, even right now, you have a really good opportunity to dollar cost average into Cetus. I want to thank you all for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and let me know what are your thoughts on the whole hack with Cetus. Are you still going to be involved in the ecosystem, and are you still holding the tokens? If so, what are your price targets? Stay safe.